Que rollo, my people. How y'all doing out there, boxing world? Your boy Clavo back at it again with another one. So let me sit y'all's asses back down in Clavo's boxing corner because we got a whole nother round that we got to get through, man. And as usual, let's keep it boxing. Yo, and I just realized something, man. Next month is going to be a year when I actually created this channel. And I don't think I've actually done a fight prediction video on this channel just yet. And the crazy part is that my first fight prediction video is going to be on these two dickheads that are fighting tonight, which is Romero and Teofimo Lopez. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not calling them dickheads out of hate or anything like that. I don't hate anybody, man. The hate is too much energy to waste on anything or anyone. The reason I call them dickheads is because all these motherfuckers do is really just talk all that shit. Yes, y'all are entertaining when it comes to y'all's interviews. Y'all are entertaining when it comes to these press conferences, man. I'm more focused on what you do in the ring, how you handle yourself in there, the skill level, the IQ. This is what I focus on, man. But regardless, we got this fight coming in tonight, and I want to make my prediction before the fight comes through. That way my prediction will be official, so you already know what it is. But let me go ahead and start out by saying this, bro. This fight here is not pay-per-view. This is not a pay-per-view fight. I'm not paying no fucking $80 for no Romero versus Teofimo fucking Lopez. Neither one of you fuckers are pay-per-view stars. And on top of that, the fights under this card, majority of these names, I don't even know. I might have heard of a couple, just the names, but I don't even know who the fuck they even are. And again, these two dudes are not draws. Rolly's not a draw. Teofimo's not a draw. Y'all might put on a show during the conference, but that's about it, dog. So let's just be realistic here, man. And on top of that, I'm hearing that the ticket sales, they're not even doing too well. But I guess we'll find out once the fight happens tonight. We'll see how the T-Mobile Arena looks like. So they have the Yoenli Hernandez and Francisco Daniel Veron. I've heard of Yoenli Hernandez. I've heard of him. But I don't know anything about Francisco Daniel Veron. I don't know about him. Now, the Carlos Utria and Israel Mercado, I've heard of Carlos Utria. I've heard of him, but I don't know what he's done, who he's fought. So that's another one. The only other fight that I might be a little intrigued by, it is by the Victor Santillan and the Gary Antonio Russell. And of course we know why, because we know who Gary Antonio Russell, who he's related to. That's the only reason why. But I am intrigued to see that fight. However, again, I'm not paying no fucking $80 for this fucking fight. I guarantee y'all that. Yo, man, but look, back to the pick that we're going to go for the night, man. So, and I'm actually skeptical about this pick, but I'm going to have to go with Teofimo Lopez, man. On points. Now, we know that this man is at a disadvantage. He is moving up in weight from 140 to 147, and he's coming back from a loss to Shakur Stevenson at the beginning of this year in January. We know that. And Romero is a little bigger, bro. He does have a bigger frame than Teofimo Lopez, and he packs more of a punch. So we know Romero is going to be in there with that all night long, man. We know that. So you're going to have to catch this dude, man, for real. I think, like Tim Bradley said, I actually do agree with him. He does have a puncher's chance. Now, if Kambosos can catch him, maybe Rolly can too, man. But we're going to have to find out how that actually goes. Now, we do know that both of these men are two-division world champions. But, however, how did they get that? How did Teo get it? How did Rolly get it? Rolly got it. Let's establish that now. Rolly got it in a hot garbage fashion. That's how. Look. Teofimo Lopez is an elite explosive two-division world champion with exceptional athleticism. He does have lightning-fast reflexes. His style does blend unorthodox low-hand positioning with elite distance control. And he actually does have very good timing as a high-level explosive counter-puncher. He does. So I feel that Teofimo is a little more skilled and has fought the better competition. So, for instance, how did Teofimo become a champion at 135? He beat the first champion in Richard Comey for the IBF. Now, I'm not saying, ooh, that's a great win, but it's off a champion. He fights Vasil Lomachenko right after that for his WBA, WBO, and the Ring Magazine belt, which gives him lineal champion status at that division. That's how he got those belts at 135. And at 140... he fought Josh Taylor, which was the former undisputed champion, and he beat him for his WBO and the Ring Magazine belt, giving him his second lineal championship status at his second division. So for all the belts that Teofimo fought for, they were with champions. So let's get that out of there. How did Rolly get it? Your first WBA at 140? By fighting Ishmael Barroso in a controversial stoppage, bro. The motherfucker gave you a gift, and that's Tony Weeks. That motherfucker needs to be fired for that shit, bro. That was the fucking horrible, most bullshit stoppage in boxing history that I've ever seen in my motherfucking life, man. Let's get that out there, man, for real. So how did you get your WBA belt at 147? Because you beat Ryan fucking in last May. And you got the WBO regular belt, and you later on got elevated to full WBA status in fucking August of last year. This is how he got his belts. And let's not forget, the only reason he got it was because Boots left the division and it was left vacant. That's why he was elevated. So, look, I know that it's been years, since Teofimo fought Loma, since he fought Josh Taylor. However, this man has shown more skills in the ring. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with what he's done. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going for Teofimo fully. Oh, this man for sure is going to knock him out. No. Or he's for sure going to win. No. Because Raleigh is the bigger man. And Teofimo, since he's moving up, we're not too sure if he's going to be able to keep that elite counter-punching, if he's going to be able to be as fast as he is at 135. Now, I know that his power punching is not there anymore, because when he moved to 140, you're not knocking out nobody anymore like you were at 135. We know that. So that's why I said at the beginning, I'm skeptical about this pick, because I'm going based off of skill. Now, this is when it's pound for pound. This is pound for pound right here, man, because this is when you beat another fighter based off skill rather than weight. But hold on, man. You know what? To not be too harsh on these guys the whole video, I do have to give them credit, because you know what? Even though these two guys have been friends, and they've been actually friendly at the beginning of the buildup of this fight until the last press conference that we just seen, they're making this fight. They're fighting. Other than fucking Keyshawn with Shakur and Keyshawn with fucking Devin Haney and Schofield with Abdullah Mason, these motherfuckers are fucking fighting. They're getting in the fucking ring, even as fucking friends. So in that aspect, let's give credit where it's due. As I said previously, I got Teo on points, but from what I said at the beginning, I'm skeptical about this pick because Raleigh could still pull it off. He is the bigger man. However, my pick is in. Let's see if it sticks. Let's see what happens tonight. And let's see how the T-Mobile Arena looks because of the ticket sales. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But I guess that is to be found out, man. But, yo, man, Clavo has spoken. Thank y'all very much, man, for tuning in, man. I appreciate the love, man. Thank y'all so much for the people that are coming into this channel. It means a lot to me, man. So let me just put that out there. And I will be coming up with more content as time goes, man. Because it's kind of hard, bro. It's kind of hard to be consistent in this YouTube boxing. You know what I mean? So, but we're going to do what it do, baby. I appreciate y'all, man. Much love.